Well, today we're going all the way to California and we've got Jered Dean from South Bay Grading joining us. Jered, thanks for joining me.
Thank you for having me today.
Well, Jered, tell me a bit about South Bay Grading. What kind of work do you do?
South Bay Grading is a Class A general contractor based out of Santa Clara, California. We focus on site demolition, earthwork, and asphalt and concrete paving. However, we will cover all non-specialty exterior scopes of work.
Well, Jered, I'm looking forward to talking to you because you're a new user of AGTEK at South Bay Grading. And so I'm really interested to understand why the shift to AGTEK.
So the main reason we shifted to AgTech was to get the ability to do these earthwork takeoffs in-house. Before we had AgTech at our disposal, for smaller projects, we were just assuming that the project was about on grade, meaning that we just kind of assumed that any material that we had to buy and bring into a site work that equaled the volume that we had to excavate and take out of the site. And then for larger earthwork projects, we actually had an outside consultant who has their own subscription to AgTech. We were hiring an outside consultant to give us these earthwork takeoffs. However, the problem that we ran into kind of twofold. One was that we spent a lot of money on him. We actually, when we tallied up his receipts at the end of the year last year, what we paid him was roughly equal to the amount that we would pay to get this license. The second problem that we bumped into was his availability. There were a number of projects that we were really excited about that we ended up having to drop last year because he wasn't available to give us takeoffs for them.
So, what modules are you using within AGTEK and why?
The modules that we are currently using are the earthwork module for earthwork takeoff, getting cuts and fills, and then we're using the materials and underground modules to get both our like concrete and asphalt volumes, as well as to get lengths of like pipelines and things like that.
South Bay Grading adopted AgTech earlier this year, and straight from the get go, it did help you in producing a bid quite quickly. Tell us a bit about that competitive bid that you used AgTech straight from the get go.
Certainly. Um, so a client that we have a good relationship with, we actually did some work in UC Davis for them recently. They reached out to us about a project called Sierra View Elementary School with only 1 week. It's another public works job that only had 1 week from the time that they sent us the bid invite to when the bid was being publicly opened. Um, that bid invite is basically what triggered our company president Sean to finally buy the license for AgTech. That contractor that I spoke of earlier, or the consultant that I spoke of earlier, um, wasn't available to give us an earthwork takeoff, and we really needed it for this project. So Sean pulled the trigger, ordered the seat, and right away, John and Kevin, the sales and training uh, contacts that we have with AgTech, jumped onto a call, gave me the training that I need to turn around and get all the information that we needed to get a bid over to our client.
Now, adopting any new software solution can be a scary thing. How did you go with AgTech? What was that support like from the AgTech team?
The support from the AgTech team was wonderful. Um, their support hotline, which basically got the install started and made sure that my computer is fully set up properly for this. They're easy to contact, got back in touch with me very quickly, and was very good on the phone talking me through everything that I needed to do to get up and started. And again, Kevin and John were instrumental in getting me up and running with AgTech. John's incredibly knowledgeable, basically gave me the start to finish on everything that I needed to do. And he literally sat on the call while I streamed to him what I was doing in AgTech. So I could get immediate feedback about what I was doing and we could make sure that everything was going how it was supposed to be going.
Well, Jered, you're relatively new to AgTech, but it looks like you've got off to a good start. What's next for South Bay Grading and AgTech?
Uh, I would love to do everything that I can to get the full benefit of ag tech that's available to us. I know that ag tech can be utilized on the project management side of things. I saw a demonstration where effectively you can take drone footage of an ongoing construction site and basically get use it to generate a point cloud to see every day how much earth and how much dirt is moving on a given job site. I would also love to learn how to build grade control models in ag tech. So that way, that's one more service that South Bay Grading can offer to all of our clients.
Well, Jered, we'd like to welcome South Bay Grading to the AgTech family. Thanks for choosing AgTech, and we hope you get many, many years of great use out of AgTech.
Andrew, thank you so much for talking to me today. I appreciate you giving me this call, and I really appreciate ag tech and everything that they're allowing South Bay Grading to get done.